can you please confirm that if the Defining Moments figures are going to be released around the respective live events that were shown on the panel? Example,
Yes.
Hogan Rumble, January.
Yes, the Hogan will be released around the Rumble, Razor Ramon will be released around WrestleMania, Sting will be released around SummerSlam, and the fourth will be released around Survivor Series. So it's going to skew to the schedule of the four, longest serving WWE pay-per-views.
Cool. Is there going to be a basic Series 45 with Mankind, Steamboat being included, or are we just going to have to see flashbacks in the basic line occasionally now?
Basic 45 is a World Champions-based wave, similar to one we did, I think, 2 years ago. Everyone in the wave is either a former WWE or World Champion, so that's why that wave has both modern and past talent in it.
Interesting. This is a good one. Why do the basic suit guys, Triple H, Kane, now have elite legs? It's definitely not a complaint, but we're curious.
It's just because we didn't want to spend tooling on tooling up that height leg for a basic line that we weren't going to use a lot. So you kind of get some bonus articulation on those figures because we didn't want to spend tooling basic versions of those legs that we weren't going to use that much. It's probably not going to happen again, but for now, I figure if you're gonna mess up, I'd rather give you more articulation than less.
Yeah. Cool. Is there any chance of us seeing the next Ryback figure after Elite 30 with a bigger torso?
Yeah, if we did Ryback again, I'd like to beef up the torso. I'm not exactly sure how much longer, when the next Ryback we would schedule would be. But, we're always looking to improve our figures. We have a certain tooling amount budget every year. And, Ryback's still on TV in a pretty important role. So when it comes time to do him again, we probably will be updating the torso.
That's awesome. Woo. It's hot in San Diego. All right, let's talk about The Rock. Does Elite 31 Rock come with a vest or Brahma Bull belt buckle?
No, it comes with neither. I really wanted to include that breakaway guitar again with a figure because we included it with the Honky Tonk Man, and that was a very limited run figure, and it's a great accessory with a lot of play feature, and I figure a Rock Elite figure is going to draw consumers from both kids and collectors. So I'd rather, I could have spent the money on tooling a belt buckle or including a vest, but I thought, in terms of serving, like how am I going to be served best by, the detail or play value, and in this case I think play value is more important to that figure.
I agree. I like the guitar. I love it. Any more plans? Any plans for our Mr. Perfect figures?
Nothing immediate because we just put one out last year for the earlier this year for the WrestleMania Heritage line in basic. It's not to say we won't do him again, but for right now he's sort of real low on the priority list.
Low. Sorry, Mr. Perfect. Not so perfect anymore. All right, why Corporate Kane over Brad Maddox, Stephanie, or even JBL?
Because he was a very integral part of the storylines at the beginning of the year, and he seemed the most important choice when the time came up. I mean, we would never do Stephanie as a Build-A-Figure anyway, just because of the tooling involved, so she was ruled out. And Brad Maddox, he kind of came and went, and I think the Corporate Kane had a lot more impact in terms of storyline than he did, so that was the easy decision.
Makes sense. Just a few more. Let's see. What are the chances of getting more ECW guys like Raven, Rhino, Just Incredible, Sabu?
I sent a list of requested talent to WWE of who I would want to work on in the line. I think a few of those guys were on there, so it's possible. I don't know what are they've signed yet in terms of anyone. I think there might be some heat between Raven and WWE, so that one might be, as much as I'd love to work on a Raven and do a really kick-ass one, I don't know if that's possible right now. So that one's probably lower than the others, but they did ask me to make a list of people, and there were ECW people on there were WCW people on there. So I get to work on so many cool things that, I'd love to work on some more.
Let's hope. Moving along. Will there be any Elite HBKs coming this year? Maybe a ringside exclusive?
That's a pretty good possibility.
Let's hope. Razor scan. I know Mattel can do better. Will it?
I think whoever asked that question needs to look at the scan again. I don't know how you can look at that scan and ask that question, to be honest with you. I'm sorry if I offended you by saying that, but I think Gentle Giant did a phenomenal job on this scan, and the paint on it is just, I'm blown away by it, because I've been waiting for a really good Razor scan and head sculpt for a long time, and I'm so happy that I was the one that was able to work on it when that's going to come to market. So, sorry, I strongly disagree with that question.
I agree with Bill. I'm sorry. I made a remark about it before, and it is a remarkable figure. So deal with it. Can we expect any ECW flashbacks?
Probably not under the ECW banner, but again, I'd love to do a Sabu. I'd love to do a Rhino, Sandman. I mean, I don't know how Sandman would, work under the current WWE PG policy, but it's not out of the question.
Possible. We all love our ECW. EC. I wish Foley was here. He'd start chanting. I'd probably get the whole place chanting. Any plans of doing a numbered exclusive, like 1 through 1,000, anytime soon?
Not that I know of. It doesn't mean we're not going to do it, but we're still always trying to find ways to get people to buy more figures. So if those belts resonate with consumers, we'll probably find a way to include them again.
Well, all right. I think we have 900 more. The overall quality of the figures is outstanding these days. With the insane amount of deco on the Elite 30 Batista and colorful figures like Elite 31 Usos, has the budget for the Elite line increased over the years?
No, it either stays the same or goes down every year. There's a lot of that's to do with cost factors that are out of our control. The fact that you asked that question is actually pretty flattering, because it means I'm able to do more with less, and the fact that people are recognizing that hopefully means I'm doing my job.
Yeah, it feels good, right?
Yeah, but no, there's always cost pressures that do not go away, and just trying to figure out how to balance them out and make sure every figure is as good as the one released in the wave with it, and as accurate as possible. It can be very tough sometimes. So that's actually a pretty big compliment. So I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, thanks. That is very true. Will we see any NXT divas in the basic line?
It's possible. We are doing NXT talent, and there are some really good divas down there, so it's possible.
Cool. Are we going to get a lollipop with Adam Rose?
If we do, it'll only be with the Elite figure.
Elite lollipops. Will we get an updated Tyson Kidd?
It's looking more and more likely, to be honest with you. So,
excellent. Will we see an updated RTruth Elite?
Probably not anytime soon, just because his role on TV is not that large. It doesn't mean that I wouldn't want to work on one, but right now I think there are more relevant choices that can fill our lineups for the Elite lineups.
Cool. Can you tell us what attire HBK will come with in the battle pack that we saw at the panel?
I actually haven't decided yet. I think I want to do something from late '97, but I've heard some suggestions of the one he did the.
We have in Royal Rumble '98 here.
Yeah, the Royal Rumble '98. I might actually, maybe I'll put that as a poll on Ringside. Like, which outfit do you want for the figure?
There we go. Thanks to you guys. What was the red box next to the fan favorite 7-pack?
That was the TRU Big Book figure this year. It's Brock Lesnar commemorative 21-1 breaking the streak figure. It's it's the same program every year at Toys R Us. You buy a certain amount of product, you get the free Big Book figure. So that's this year's offering.
Good old freebies. All right, last question.
Sure.
I believe this has been asked before, but do you guys have any plans to incorporate a Build-A-Figure into the main Elite line, or would you rather keep it separate?
No, we're going to keep it separate for now. Building the Build-A-Figure does add cost to the figures, and with the Elite line, I want to have as much money possible to pour onto those figures and the deco and the accessories and hopefully soft goods when I can include them. So I don't want anything to take away from those. So no, I want to have as much much to play with as possible, make those figures as good as possible for the next 4 years and beyond, hopefully. So
that's that. You've heard it from the man, the myth, the legend, Bill Miekina. Bill, thank you so much.
Not a problem.
Enjoy the rest of your con.
I will.